Hello again, I'm Gerard Griffin from the Rediscovery Centre. I'm the Furniture Manager here in the workshop. You may recognise some of these tools. They're quite broadly on sale in most of the hardware stores now, and certainly in even some of the supermarkets. But perhaps you've lost the instruction books or just have forgotten how to actually use them. So a quick run through on some of the vital statistics of them. This is your regular belt sander. Now this is how you release the belt. One of the main things to remember on this, sorry, none of these are plugged in, don't worry. One of the main things to remember on this is the direction of the rotation of the belt. Okay, each of the belts are actually indicated as with an arrow as to what direction they should go in. So you take it out, there's a corresponding arrow here, corresponding arrow here on the machine. You slip it on. The direction of the arrows have to align. That's how you lock it. Bob's your uncle. You can attach, if you saw an earlier video I did, you can attach a hoover to this part here to reduce the amount of dust. These fellows create a lot of dust. Okay, that's your belt sander. This is another alternative sander. This is an Orbital Sander. It's a more refined type of sander. It doesn't. It's not as aggressive as the belt sander. One thing to remember on this is a piercing plate. It came with this particular sander. Sometimes they're an optional extra. These are very important little spikes because they create those holes, and those holes allow the dust to go up through the foot of the sander and are extracted here, and you can connect that again to your hoover, either a commercial hoover that comes with the machines, or else you can connect it to your domestic hoover, like I showed you with some sort of device like a piece of inner tube from a bicycle wheel or something like that. So that's your Orbital Sander, another great piece of kit. And this is a router. This is another interesting tool. A lot of people just don't know how to use these correctly, and they are, how would you say, they're not mightn't be regarded as being terribly safe. If you don't know how to use it, because they can jump around a lot. But just the basic thing to remember is if you're doing, say, something like on the outside of a frame or the outside of a tabletop, you move from left to right. Okay, that's on the outside, so the outside of a tabletop, or in this instance the outside of a frame. If you're doing the inside, you go the opposite direction, that direction, because the direction of the cutting tool remains the same. It rotates in the same direction. So if you're doing the outside, you go from left to right. If you're doing the inside, you go from right to left. All right. So that's your router. Be careful with that. Of course, whenever you're using any tools, it's always good to wear eye protection and earmuffs as well. These are all very loud tools as well. Here's another common one as well. The common tool is the Jigsaw. The Jigsaw, great tool as well, but it was always criticised for making very rough cuts in the past. Here's an example of just how roughly it cuts. That's a standard jigsaw blade. That's a cuts on the upstroke, which was always the standard blade that was used, which is actually that one there. That blade produced that cut, and you can see how rough that is there. But this is a lovely neat cut here on this side, and that's produced by a down cutting blade where the teeth actually face downwards. That's the one that I had fitted to the actual saw there. You can see there's a big difference in the two blades there. One is the teeth facing down, the other is the teeth facing up, and they give a completely different sort of cut. So there, that's more tool knowledge for you. Tune in another time. We're on the Rediscovery Centre. The website is www.rediscoverycentre.ie, and we have courses for people to do as well. I give courses a few times a year, and you're welcome to come along. Thanks very much.